criticize, I analyze, I am the eyes. Yeah, they stand and lie, I stand in truth. That's my I am alive, I am alive, I am alive. I channel God, the frequency lives inside. Delinquencies leap aside, just look inside. I promise you'll find bodies the synagogue. You lie to self, then you sin to God. I take the end of lines, put it in a loop, then I tie a knot. This eternal life, this is Heka'u. We can never die, we are immortalized. They live mortal lives. I am more than man, I have God inside. Whoa. Opened the door and then I got inside. Found my inner child, gave him a hug, told him I love him, we gon' be alright. And then I gave a smile, you made me more than proud. Shed some tears, let us scream aloud, a stand in pride. Grabbed his hand, it was the hand of God, our fingers five. Double time, we put hands to sky. Raise them high, raise them high. This is dua. Praise in self, praise each other. Praise to health, that is the root to wealth. Praise comes from per, and it means to sell. See, that's what preachers do, buying souls, selling hell. Disguised as heaven, pushing P. Differences between prophet and prophecy. The Bible is a prop to see the lies of man, portraying God open-eyed to see. Telling tales of wanderings. I've been wondering, they don't know that we're the real wonders. Miracles, when I speak it thunders. Literal, you feel it under your flesh when your organs start to rumble. Heartbeat, you're listening to vibrations as my heart speaks. Stretch minds, I have far reach. Raj General, this is our me. This is pinnacle. Step on sinister, everyone is demons these days. Trust me, once you step to us, you will not leave as you came. See, we ain't the same, raising names. Real fame comes from Ba, it means to speak, to say. I have lots to say. My ancestors taught me how to pray, ask and receive. Given that you live in reciprocity, our Ba shall speak through you to give our message of praise. Hands raised, this is dua. This is dua. Light body emerges Kaaba. Give me high five. Hands up. This ain't a stick up. This is dua. Giving praise. They're only giving praise when they receive a raise. Like thank God. I receive a raise as I rise up every single day. Raise comes from res, giving life the sun's rays, hands embrace. Consciousness extinct, even the ones who think they are woke are still asleep. Resi means to watch and it deals with what you see. Resi means to dream and it's the tongue of the speech. Watch what you speak, bring dreams to reality. Watch tower, watch me tower over with power. This is more than album, this is pure magic. Creation vibrations, layers on layers. Prayers on prayers, demon slayers, soul cakes of fire. Caught up in a rapture like I need a baker. The Lord has risen, watch the bread rise. To give sustenance, I've seen death eyes. The moon is my left eye, praise Yah, dua. This is House of ATTON, I don't have a mask on, I'll tell you all what happened. I see they got the facts wrong, flow fluid. Walk with ancestors like Anpu is. Who's this Greek named Anubis? Prove it. I see bodies walking around soulless, clueless. Ani Pata, don't compare me to Steve Jobs, call me Pata Sakar. If you need to do more research, search Ray. Hands in vagina plays when pray. Spitting seeds into the womb to birth and raise. See, that's parades. Give thanks like it's in your hands. Collect them plates, ancient stele. Step through fire, see we trailblaze. Fate and faith, this is knowledge. Facts will flip a fake. Tell me what's at stake to give thanks. Hands raised, this is dua. This is dua. Light body emerges Kaaba. Give me high five. Hands up. This ain't a stick up. This is dua. Scribal Sessions Volume 1. For the record. Open your eye in alignment with time and you'll see the truth like it's a physical thing. From the darkness I arise, so it's not a surprise when you learn of the light that I bring. As above, so below, I find a rhythm and flow as I grow with the pendulum swing. This is the matrix where everyone's faking they sleep here in life while we wake up in dreams. Shedding the skin like a serpent, this work makes it worth it. Attaining a purpose while searching internal, examine what all is in me. Most will not make it there, so can I take it? Reality shaking, you've seen what I've seen. Reap what you sow with the weavers of speech, achievers, and this is the read 'em and weed 'em. You cannot read in vibrations that none of them speak. Walk a metal netter, light is feather is heavy to learn that your will isn't free. Net your willing, I continue to lead with my ebas. I'm sweeping my consciousness clean. Training in realms that are unseen. My aura is some set fire to all of the fiends. Stand on my eye, this is all seeing. I we supply 93, that means we are supreme. Healing through tones on my senses, connecting in this year. Wealthy is health, this is green. This is illusion, reality veiled in delusion. Thoughts become intrusive, it's foolish to not know by now that it ain't what it seems. This is way more than belief. I see clearly the lies. My six senses of sight are hypnotized. No wonder everyone sleeps. Open your eyes. It's time to set off the alarms. The performance self-harm. Don't you know you're a star? God in human form, and you rise with the beast. More than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper. Seeing the state of the planet, the damage, the famines expanding beyond your belief. I see they landed, they've handed the people a cannon and aiming it right at your feet. Blowing the hole where you're standing, creating the panic. The tactical planning is deep. Teaching you're only a man and that God is in heaven, the seventh outside of your reach. If you're the question, they'll call you a manic, frantic, erratic, depression, demonic. When you're teaching through the magical speech, they'll call you serpent, the one in the garden. Pardon my knowledge for having the knowledge and prowess to see. He really told the truth to Adam and Eve. You'll have distinction between good and evil if you eat of the fruit of the tree. Now you're a god, open your eye, cleansing yourself so that now you can see. They stole the stories and twisted them like it's a spliff. They put the fire to leaf, I put the fire to speech. I put the fire to heat. We don't do liars and thieves, they just desire to greed. This is my record to keep, this is my throne. You cannot sit in my seat. And I command it, I give more than 10 commandments. This is the law of attraction, and we have infinite stamina. My stage is where I'm standing. This is my eye, God is in me. I only keep goddesses with me. They are the magical beings, they are the holy ones, birthing the gods. We're overcoming the odds. We are the even and odd. They're in the odds, we're in the all. Ancestors answer my prayers, forever grateful. I will forever say thank you. Inspiration to awake the sleepers. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper.
You and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Maa Hmt, and may you rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rise and shine forevermore. Maa Hmt.
I look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. Look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. I am him, king, crown, rings, that's who I am in. Mindset of when fighting jinns, sword swang, samurai, I am Shem. Suhor, son of Heru, I am him. King, crown, rings, that's who I am in. Mindset of when fighting jinns, sword swang, samurai, I am Shem. Suhor, son of Heru. Words powerful, Hekau. See proof, you can feel the roots. Gone, just look up, I am proof. Breaking doors down, make some room. But I is now speaking through me and trust me. Djed Maa Hmt. Peace and love, everyone, as we allow the great brother Tefrem Maa Hmt to get his mic right. Hope everyone is doing well out there. We'll just give a Tef a few moments. So yes, Dua Hinu, Hotep, welcome to the House of ATTON. Everyone be sure to hit the like button if you are here with us live. And for those who are watching on the playback, hit the like button. We appreciate you all. And check something. Everyone put a 9 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. If everything sounds great. Put a 9 in the chat for me. See who's here. All right. I see Amunka. Who still he is put the links in the chat for us, and Amunet, Kat, Hotep Hinu, to both of you, Tua for your consistency, and we have Basatut Maka Ox Effect, Hotep Great Brother, Sun Lion 55. We only have 2 people in the chat with us live. We need to send this out. Hold on, let's send this link out. We need more than 2 people commenting here. So let's see. Let me get this link and send this out to everyone. In the meantime, let's go here. Let everyone know to come and be a part of what we're doing. The Djed Sdm. We don't know what we come in with, what each of us here. So just as everyone is receiving, we too are receiving it. So I'm excited for what this great brother is going to be bringing forth, as there's consistency within the Kepara, within the evolution, and everyone's presentations and classes. So it's a beautiful thing. Hotep, great brother Djed.
What's up? Peace, peace. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Peace, peace. Yeah, we here, man. Definitely happy to, definitely excited, man, to still be living, still feeling good. Definitely, it's been a lot of changes and just all the, responsibilities and the love and just everything, man. Just trying to make sure that, we lead with that left, take it day by day, one step at a time. But yeah, we feeling great, man, doing good. No complaints on this end. Definitely excited, happy to see everybody in the chat. We grateful, man. No, like I said, no complaints on this side, man. We feeling good. Just happy to be here to, give my contribution to the House of ATTON and to, put another rap in, How you feeling, great brother?
I am feeling excellent, wonderful, excited for what you are about to bring forward. Yeah, I'm feeling great brother. Tua for asking. Okay. So yes, as we okay, there's Minku. Let me add Minku to the stream here. Hotep Henu to Muad'Dib El Ka. Hotep to you. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Who says the sound is 9. Okay, wonderful. Nefer Netter Nature J. Giving Henu Dua. And I do want to make a wonderful announcement for the addition to the moderator team here at the House of ATTON, which is the great brother Basatut Maka'ak Safek, who has definitely he's been putting in that work consistently and supporting, from the very beginning. So we now raise him up to the position of moderator here at the House of ATTON. So everyone give Basatut a round of applause. Do our great brother for your works, your consistency, and always supporting the way that you do, great brother. It's an honor to have you as a Kuru within the House of ATTON. And we appreciate you greatly. So congratulations to you, Basatut. All right. Let's check on Minku Ara. Great brother, you there?
Hotep, peace, peace. Yes, I am here.
Hotep, great brother, how are you?
I am doing excellent. Very excited for this presentation from the Djed. Peace and love to you, great brother. Peace and love to the family. Hope everything is going well. I know the baby coming through is a whole change in the schedule. So Hotep to the family. Hope y'all are adjusting to the new arrival of our set. When she is up, she is up. So definitely a full-time and a full-time job. Peace and love to Basatut on becoming a moderator in the House of ATTON. Congratulations to you, great brother, for your consistency, your never heart, and your great mind. Definitely excited for you. And yeah, I'm just ready. I'm ready for what the Netaru are going to bring for us right now.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Let me 1 second, Tef. I have to re-add you back to the stream here so everyone can hear you. All right.
We live now. Hotep. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to the House of ATTON. Ancient Tahutian Teachings of the Netaru presents The Great Debate, a primordial vision by the great Djed Sdm Maa Hmt Paut and the House of ATTON. Before I introduce the great brothers on the panel, we will begin, as we do every week, with our wonderful affirmation. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Unki Ma'at, Un-Ns, Nintat or Sat Ma'at, Menhepapat Ma'at, Her in Hukui, Her Ikut. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Peace and love, everybody. I'm the great Atef Rem Ma'at, the esteemed brethren. As a devoted disciple of the master teacher Tahuti Amenhotep Ra, I humbly serve you as your guide and host within the sacred halls of the House of ATTON. Each week we gather here to immerse ourselves in the profound teachings of Maa Hmt, embarking on a journey of enlightenment. Within this sanctuary, we explore the depths of truth drawn from the wisdom of ancient artifacts and the profound teachings passed down by the great Tahuti Amenhotep Ra. My commitment extends beyond these gatherings. As a true-hearted devotee, I strive to live and breathe the principles of Maa Hmt, showing love for my people and resonating with the sacred vibrations of the metal nature. I stand as a steadfast guardian of Maa Hmt, protecting the sacred laws that govern our existence within the House of ATTON. Next, we have the mighty scribe Ani Patah Aten Tahuti, is a teacher of knowledge, a spoken word artist, a creator, awakening the sleepers and healing the chosen ones through sound vibrational tone and conscious thought. He's the Sab, the wisdom door opener, and the lead organizer here at the House of ATTON. Next, we have the mighty Menkur Ra Mary Ma'at, is a master student of the master teacher Sabat Tahuti Amenhotep Ra and a follower of Ma'at. Menkur Ra is the head, the festivities organized in the House of ATTON, cultural enlightenment advisor and teacher, developer of the pathways to awakening, developer and producer of documentaries, and a researcher of ancient civilization, and a researcher of the knowledge of spell. And our presenter for the night, the mighty, the Djed Sdm Primordial Thought 9, is a seeker of divine wisdom, the wisdom with universal structure, the wisdom that remains the same from every perspective, the wisdom that adapts to any interaction, the wisdom that creates silence, the wisdom that sustains the House of ATTON. Welcome everybody to Study Guide Sunday. What's up, great brothers? How y'all feeling? What's up?
Hotel.
Peace. Hotel.
We got off to some bad technical difficulties, but we here now. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, great brother. Happy to be here, man. Happy you back on. Doing good.
Yes.
Got it all sorted out, I see.
Yeah. I'm too many buttons, man. You know, it's a lot of buttons. Menku, you was in 4K a little while ago. Now you looking kind of pixelated.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go out and come back in.
Yeah, I'm ready for Primordial Vision. That's a fire thumbnail, great brother. Definitely looking forward to what you're going to be bringing forth. I already know how these presentations can be. I know how much energy goes into it, a lot of work, a lot of, I don't even want to say blood, sweat, and tears, but the energy be, I already know, good brother, what it takes. If it's, man, listen, I love it though. I love the creative aspect of it, just the learning. For me though, it's, learning the programs, getting a style, a flow. I love all of it. It's all learning for me. So, and I love learning from you, great brothers. I love watching your presentations, your movies. They're definitely improving, getting better and better. So, Ani is he pushing us, he motivating us. Menku said last week that he's gonna be using another program or improving, stepping it up a little bit too. So this is great. This is what we're doing. I'm constantly learning new programs and new ways of learning so I can teach and, grow and evolve, become the netter that I'm supposed to be. So yeah, this is gonna be great. Oh, I see you there, Ani. I thought I was the only one on the panel. I'm looking at an AI, Ani. Y'all not looking at what we looking at. But yeah, this is gonna be great, man. I love this is movie night for me. So y'all fasten y'all seatbelts and get ready for Primordial Vision.
Yes, to our great brother. Yeah, it's
Hotep, great brother.
yeah, Hotep. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. You know, with what we're doing and sending, you know, much creative aku, you know, out for everyone to be able to receive it and use it, you know, within your own ankh to begin building. And that's the beautiful thing. So yeah, everything that you see that's taking place here at the House of ATTON is just stretching, you know, limitations, and you know, doing it as a collective is a beautiful thing. You know, when you can build with powerful ba'u, you only can expand and grow, right? You put yourself in different positions to put a pressure on you, give yourself responsibility, and therefore there has to be an accountability system. And because of that, it doesn't allow you to create excuses in your mind, right? Because again, that's all, the thought is just created. It's not a real thing. Limitations are an illusion. And you learn that by just taking step by step and advancing what you think that you're able to do. So it's a beautiful thing. To everyone who is here, if you come in later, everyone hit the like button and let me pin the support links to the top so everyone can support these classes, presentations, live animated sound reading, all the production that's taking place here at the House of ATTON, and for us to continue to keep doing what we're doing at the level that we're doing it, we need support from the community to continue to learn these tools, have access to, you know, what we have, and keep bringing the teachings of the Natiru, the teachings of Ma'at, to the forefront, right? And everyone definitely plays a part in that. So tu'a to everyone who supports. We'll show all the support at the conclusion of this primordial vision. So tu'a to everyone who does and everyone who will in the future. Those who also support throughout the week, whenever you attain the ability to, we give you much gratitude and love. That's why one of the titles for a supporter is the Mer. The same word for love is as a supporter, a partisan, of course, creating the pyramids, the Mer, and all the heka'u that's associated with that. So the tones that we choose to use for those who participate in what it is that we have going is also to assist you in your own journey for supporting, right? And being able to carry that tone within Ma'at by truthfully saying, I'm a supporter. And we appreciate that from everyone. Do you great brother see Minku in the back?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. So yes, let me share here and just show you the support links. Cash App is the House of ATTON, paypal.me/House of ATTON. And yeah, we appreciate everyone's support. Links will be pinned and posted consistently. The great moderator, Basa Tut, is posting all the links for everyone. The Discord, everyone join the Discord if you're not a part of that. Join the House of ATTON as a Kuru member, houseofatton.org. Go support. We have merch there. We have all type of items. We have all type of beautiful things over there at the website. All of the classes organized for everyone and so much. I give classes to the Kuru. It's definitely become more the schedule has become more busy, right? As I'm going to different platforms and putting together multiple things. And so Tua for all the crew, for your patience and for working with me through this process. And as we continue to grow and expand, and you know, so there's some powerful things coming, and the crew will always be the first to know and have be the first to be able to have the opportunity to participate in certain things. So it's a beautiful thing, what we have taking place here. Follow us on all our social platforms, Instagram and TikTok, in which we will be going live on those platforms independently outside of YouTube this year. So make sure you're following us there, because you'll miss a lot if you're not following us on Instagram and TikTok. And Tua Hinu to Aminette for all the social media work that she's doing. I appreciate you, and the wonderful secretary as well. Nefertatin Saket, Au Kamet Sefket, who is also doing a lot of secretary work for the House of ATTON. So Tua to both of the Hmt of the House of ATTON. We appreciate both of you greatly for your works. And yeah, so let me check something here before we move forward. All right. Great Djed. Are you ready, great brother?
Yes. Yeah, we ready. We ready to do this thing.
Okay. All right, Tua. Okay, that looks like that changed a little bit. Okay. So. All right, we'll pass it to you, great brother. Again, everyone hit the like button. Everyone support what you are about to witness, and support the movement, houseofatton.org. And if you would like the tones, you know, from myself, PTAH, MDWNTR.MEDIA. And Basata, you could put that in the chat as well. And go support the tones. All right, great. AFFIRMATION Maa, you have anything you want to say before we pass it to Djed?
Man, I'm ready for the movie, brother. I'm looking forward to this. Let's go, Menkuvoy.
Menku's back, honey, if you see him in the background.
Yo, let's go.
Okay, they said I was sounding like Ninku earlier. I don't know why. Let me see. Not too Ninku. Let me add the primary Ninku to the stream. Culture has shifted and the power has transitioned.
Let's get our T-Pain on.
Hotel, great brother.
Hotel. Okay, I see what we doing. Okay, the magic, the auto-tune is in effect. Yo, peace and love to Djed. I'm definitely ready for this movie, ready for the cinematography, and this great debate. What is the great debate? We about to find out.
Hey, yeah, you already know.
All right, so I'm gonna make you full screen, great brother, and give it to you. So Hotep Hinu.
What's up? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I created this one. It's a topic that's been on my eve for quite some time. Things that I've always thought about. You know, I've seen a lot of debates. I've seen even before I even, you know, ran into Saba and joined the House of ATTON. Like, I've seen so many debates and just looking for truth, you know, and making sure that I listen to, you know what I mean, what is being said and the evidence that's, you know, that's coming forth and presented, right? So this topic is just, it's long overdue. But it took a tremendous amount of time just for the narrating in itself, right? So that was very interesting. You know, I did have a few technical difficulties with some of the images lining up to the topics that you know what I mean, that I was speaking on, because I tried a new system out as well. So like we said, man, we putting in reps, right? And I like what Ani said earlier, like, you know, pretty much like, you know, a person can create an excuse and not come forth, right? Not be consistent, not to, you know what I mean, back out and whatever that is, right? So, but no, hey, regardless of the matter, we present it. We bringing it forth. I hope y'all enjoy. But like I said, this topic was created because I've seen a lot of debates, and multiple things stood out to me is that I realized that regardless of who's debating, there's always at least one side of it that one individual, always out of two people, it's always at least one individual, if not most of the time both, right? It's not really, it's just a lot of arguing going on. Like, to me, a debate is more than just winning and losing. It's about hearing out the information. And I realized that there's a lot of defense mechanisms. Like, the arguing is just for the hoorah, right? Like, no one goes and, you know what I mean, and say, like, you know what, if I lost, I have to follow that, you know what I mean? I have to follow what I lost to. And I would think that's what the debate was. I would think that's what a debate is all about, right? So instead of just arguing for 4 hours and everybody just go their respectable ways, and all you got was a lot of just is fed, man. And to me, most debates have become it has low-key become like conscious love and hip-hop, conscious, you know what I mean, all that ISFET that go on to where you just watching these, like, you know, reality channels, but it's more in a conscious way, right? So it's just become entertainment and television. So to me, y'all know that I'm always saying that I'm fascinated by how the brain works. Why is it that no one listens to each other when they're in a debate? Why is it? Why is there so much why does it feel like there's a lot of personal attacks and everybody's just in this huge ego thing? And that's what fascinated me about Saba. So I was definitely blown away when I saw how he uses Maa Hmt to debate. And that's the beautiful side of it. So like I said, I want to tap into the mind. And these are everything that I present. These are things that I'm into. Like, these are things that that I spend time in and try to figure out and try to understand and try to really use my Ma'at and really, really observe. And so I hope y'all enjoy it. Like I said, some new things was implemented, but we're gonna smooth these things out. All right. So, but it's still a lot of work and energy that was put into it. Juggling, the per and the out, and trying to do this. And so yeah, it takes a lot of energy, but I appreciate y'all time. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this, and let's see. Let's get this together. Let me see. All right, honey, I'm sharing. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Tua.
Hearing is beneficial to a son who willingly hears. For when what is heard takes root in the hearer, he who has heard will become one worthy himself of being heard. It is good to hear, and it is good to speak, but he who can hear possesses what is advantageous. Hearing is beneficial to the hearer. Hearing is better than everything, for through it, good affection comes into being. In a world full of complexities, diverse perspectives, and an overwhelming amount of information, the quest for truth is more crucial than ever. The ability to be aware of the truth and to remain open to true knowledge is fundamental to both individual growth and the health of society as a whole. In a time when misinformation can spread with alarming speed, the capacity to seek truth and examine information critically is an essential skill. You see, awareness of truth isn't simply a passive state of knowing. It is an active pursuit that requires intellectual curiosity, discernment, and a willingness to challenge our own biases and preconceptions. At the heart of human progress lies the pursuit of truth. You see, throughout history, the ability to distinguish between what is true and what is false has led to significant advancements in science and philosophy and societies. When individuals or societies ignore the truth, they risk stagnation or worse, regression. Those who seek the truth engage in a process of constant learning, refinement, and growth. The scientific method itself is rooted in this principle: hypothesis, experiment, observation, and reevaluation. A society committed to truth is one that values reason, evidence, and integrity, allowing for progress and improvement across all domains of life. Being aware of the truth means not just accepting surface value answers, but striving for a deeper understanding. It involves asking critical questions and refusing to take things at face value. To stay aware of the truth is to embrace the idea that our knowledge is always expanding. To be aware of truth is to engage in constant examination. You see, knowledge cannot be passively absorbed without evaluation. Examining what we know and what we think we know is essential to understanding its validity. The importance of examination lies in its ability to separate facts from opinions, reality from illusions, and reason from emotion. You see, without a rigorous examination of the information we encounter, we run the risk of being misled, manipulated, or deceived. Critical thinking is the tool throughout which this examination takes place. It involves assessing the credibility of the source, questioning assumptions, and considering alternative viewpoints. For example, when we hear a piece of news, we must evaluate the credibility of the source, consider the context, and recognize any potential biases or agendas. You see, this process is especially important in today's digital age where misinformation and fake news can spread rapidly throughout social media platforms. You see, if we do not examine the information we encounter with a discerning eye, we may become explicit in the distortion of that truth. You see, examination requires intellectual courage, the willingness to confront uncomfortable truths, challenge one's own biases, and acknowledge the limitation of one's understanding. You see, it is easy to cling to familiar beliefs or to accept what aligns with one's personal views, but this approach hinders growth. True knowledge often forces us to confront difficult questions and reconsider deeply held assumptions. It is through this rigorous process of examination that we develop a more refined and accurate understanding of what we call the world. While examination is crucial, so too is the willingness to remain open to ideas and perspectives. You see, a mind closed to information or contradictory evidence is a mind that stagnates. Recognizing that our knowledge is always partial and incomplete, being open to knowledge requires a willingness to admit that we might be wrong or that our current understanding is limited. You see, openness to truth does not mean accepting every piece of information without scrutiny, but rather being willing to engage with ideas and consider them thoughtfully. You see, it requires a mindset that values learning over certainty. In this sense, truth is not a destination, but it's a journey, a continuous process of exploration and discovery. By remaining open to the possibility that there is always more to learn, we avoid the traps of closed-mindedness. Being open to truth fosters empathy and understanding. It encourages dialogue with others, especially those who hold different perspectives. You see, when we are open to learning from others, we create an environment where collective wisdom can emerge. In contrast, when we refuse to listen to or engage with those who think differently, we isolate ourselves in echo chambers and reinforce our own biases. Awareness of truth, the examination of knowledge, and openness to ideas are fundamental aspects of intellectual growth and collective progress. In a world where misinformation is rampant, it is more important than ever to engage actively with the pursuit of truth. Awareness of truth involves a deep commitment to questioning, learning, and reevaluating what we know. Examination helps us filter through the vast amounts of information we encounter, ensuring that we distinguish truth from falsehood. Openness allows us to remain receptive to insight that challenge our preconceptions and enrich our understanding. To be truly aware of the truth is to embrace the ongoing process of discovery, to engage critically with knowledge, and to remain open to learning from the source. Only by cultivating these habits can we ensure that we remain on a path of intellectual and personal growth. The pursuit of truth is not an easy or quick endeavor, but it is the only path that leads to genuine understanding and progress. Cognitive dissonance is a psychological theory that examines the discomfort or tension individuals experience when they encounter conflicting beliefs, values, or attitudes. First introduced by the psychologist Leon Festinger in 1957, cognitive dissonance theory suggests that humans are motivated to achieve internal consistency. When confronted with inconsistencies between their beliefs and actions, they feel psychological discomfort, leading them to seek ways to resolve this inconsistency. The theory has since become one of the cornerstones of social psychology, offering valuable insight into human behavior, decision-making, and attitude change. The term cognitive dissonance refers to the mental state of having two or more contradictory beliefs or attitudes simultaneously. For example, a person may believe that smoking is harmful to their health yet continue to smoke. The tension arising from this contradiction creates dissonance, motivating the person to either change their behavior or rationalize their actions. Cognitive dissonance thus acts as a driving force behind attitude and behavioral change, as individuals seek to reduce the discomfort they experience when their thoughts and actions are not aligned. The central assumption of cognitive dissonance theory is that people are motivated by a need to maintain internal consistency in their thoughts and beliefs. When confronted with contradictory information, they will take steps to reduce the tension, either by changing their beliefs, acquiring new information that supports their behavior, or minimizing the importance of inconsistency. One key aspect of cognitive dissonance is that individuals are more likely to experience this discomfort when they perceive the inconsistency as personally significant. For instance, if someone values health and fitness but regularly engages in unhealthy eating habits, the dissonance may be more obvious because the contradiction directly impacts their sense of identity and well-being. On the other hand, if the issue is less personally relevant, someone who does not care about environmental issues but engage in behaviors harmful to the environment, the discomfort may be less intense or noticeable. A major factor influencing the intensity of cognitive dissonance is the perceived choice involved in the inconsistency. People are more likely to experience dissonance when they believe that their actions were freely chosen rather than forced. For example, if someone consciously chooses to smoke despite knowing the health risk, the dissonance will likely be more obvious than if they were pressured into smoking. The perception of personal responsibility intensifies the discomfort, leading the individual to take steps to resolve the dissonance. One of the most famous studies demonstrating cognitive dissonance is Festinger's and Carl Smith's 1959 experiment, which involves participants performing a boring task and then being paid to tell others that the task was enjoyable. Those who were paid only $1 to lie experienced greater dissonance than those paid $20 because the small payment was insufficient to justify the lie. To resolve the dissonance, the participants who were paid $1 were more likely to convince themselves that the task was actually enjoyable. This study highlighted the idea that when external justifications are insufficient, individuals may change their attitude to align with their behavior. Cognitive dissonance theory also plays a crucial role in understanding the process of attitude change. According to the theory, when individuals are presented with information that conflicts with their existing attitudes, they may experience dissonance. To reduce this discomfort, they may change their attitude to align with the new information. For example, a person who has always believed in the effectiveness of a particular brand of toothpaste may be confronted with research showing that a competitor brand is superior. In response to the dissonance, the person might either dismiss the new evidence or alter their attitude to believe that the new brand is just as effective. The role of selective exposure is cognitive dissonance, and another important consideration. Individuals are often motivated to seek out information that aligns with their existing beliefs, avoiding information that might create dissonance. This tendency to favor information that confirms one's belief is known as confirmation bias. Cognitive dissonance is not limited to individual decision-making. It also plays a significant role in group dynamics. Social groups, like individuals seeking internal consistency. When group members encounter information that contradicts the group's shared beliefs or values, dissonance can arise within the group. In order to reduce this discomfort, group members may engage in social influence tactics such as peer pressure to bring everyone in line with the dominant viewpoint. In decision-making and attitude change, cognitive dissonance is also relevant to the understanding of self-justification. When individuals engage in behaviors that they later regret or view as morally questionable, they often engage in self-justification to alleviate the dissonance. For instance, a person who cheats on a test may convince themselves that everyone does it, or that the test was unfair in order to reduce the discomfort associated with their actions. This tendency to justify one's actions is a defense mechanism that protects the individual from the psychological distress of acknowledging moral and ethical inconsistency. Another important area in which cognitive dissonance plays a role is in post-decision dissonance, as known as buyer's remorse. After making a significant decision, individuals often experience dissonance as they wonder whether they made the right choice. For example, after purchasing a new car, a person may begin to question whether they made the best decision, especially if they hear about another car that seems to have more features or a lower price. To resolve this dissonance, the individual may focus on the positive aspects of the chosen car, convincing themselves that it was the right decision. The concept of cognitive dissonance is closely related to the idea of self-perception theory, proposed by psychologist Daryl Bem. Self-perception theory suggests that people form attitudes by observing their own behavior and concluding the attitudes that trigger it. While cognitive dissonance focuses on the discomfort caused by inconsistent beliefs and behaviors, self-perception theory suggests that people often change their attitudes based on the behavior they observe in themselves. Both theories address the relationship between attitudes and behaviors, but they offer different explanations for how individuals come to change their beliefs. Cognitive dissonance also plays a significant role in the realm of consumer behavior. Marketers are keenly aware of the power of dissonance and use it to influence purchasing decisions. For example, after a consumer buys a product, marketers may provide additional information that reinforces the consumer's decision, helping to reduce post-purchase dissonance. By making customers feel more confident in their choices, companies can improve customer satisfaction and loyalty. In this way, cognitive dissonance serves as both a motivator and a tool for shaping consumer behavior. Cognitive dissonance can also explain the continuation of beliefs in the face of contrary evidence, a phenomenon known as belief perseverance. Once a person has formed a belief, especially a strongly held one, dissonance can arise when confronted with evidence that contradicts that belief. To resolve this dissonance, individuals may reject or discount the contradictory evidence, leading them to cling more firmly to their original beliefs. For example, a person who holds a strong religious belief may reject scientific evidence that challenges their faith, because accepting such evidence would create dissonance between their beliefs and the new information. In some cases, cognitive dissonance may even result in the creation of false memories. To reduce dissonance, individuals may distort or fabricate memories in ways that align with their current beliefs or actions. For example, a person who regrets a past decision may alter their memory of events to make it seem as though the decision was not as bad as it initially appeared. This phenomenon illustrates the extent to which individuals are motivated to preserve consistency, even if it means altering their perception of reality. The impact of cognitive dissonance on behavior extends to health-related issues as well. Health campaigns such as those aimed at reducing smoking or encouraging exercise can leverage the concept of dissonance to motivate behavior change. By presenting individuals with information that create dissonance between their current health behaviors and their beliefs about health, these campaigns can encourage people to adopt healthier habits in order to reduce the discomfort associated with the inconsistency. Cognitive dissonance is a powerful and persuasive psychological phenomenon that shapes humans' behavior in profound ways. From decision-making and attitude change to moral reasoning and self-justification, the theory provides valuable insight into how individuals manage internal conflicts. While the discomfort caused by dissonance can be a source of psychological tension, it also serves as a motivating force, prompting individuals to seek consistency between their beliefs and action. Debates. Debates are powerful tools for exchange of ideas and the resolution of conflicting viewpoints. When a person's beliefs are challenged, the process of accepting opposing viewpoints becomes fraught with difficulty. People often hold on to their beliefs with intense conviction, especially when those beliefs are central to their identity. This makes it particularly challenging for them to accept truths that contradict their established views. The resistance to changing one's perspective is influenced by a range of psychological, social, and emotional factors. Understanding these obstacles is crucial for anyone seeking to convince someone to change their mind in a debate. Psychological resistance to change. At the core of the resistance to accepting contrary beliefs is psychological defense mechanisms. Humans have evolved to defend their perception of reality as a means of protecting their psychological well-being. As previously stated, cognitive dissonance theory explains how when individuals encounter information that contradicts their beliefs, they experience discomfort. To reduce this discomfort, they often reject or distort the new information rather than change their viewpoint. This defense mechanism helps preserve their current worldview, but inhibits intellectual growth. The need for consistency. Another psychological aspect of this resistance is the need for cognitive consistency. People tend to gravitate toward information that aligns with their pre-existing beliefs, a phenomenon known as confirmation bias. Once an individual has formed an opinion on a subject, they are more likely to seek out information that confirms their views and ignore the discredit information that challenges them. This behavior helps maintain a cognitive sense of self and worldview, but it also stifles open-mindedness and a willingness to retain alternate perspectives. Beliefs are not always based solely on logic. They are often tied to emotions and personal experiences. For many individuals, certain beliefs form the bedrock of their identity. These beliefs may be linked to their upbringing, culture, religion, or personal history, and challenging them can feel like a personal attack. This emotional attachment can lead to an almost visceral reaction when confronted with contradictory information. For example, a person may feel threatened or anxious or angry when their deeply held beliefs are questioned, further entrenching their resistance to change. Humans are inherently social creatures, and beliefs often align with group identity. A person's views may be shaped by the communities they belong to. In these groups, beliefs are reinforced through social interactions and shared narratives. To accept A truth that contradicts these beliefs will not only disrupt their personal identity, but also lead to social exclusion or alienation. As a result, individuals are often more inclined to defend their beliefs against external challenges in order to maintain their social standing and sense of belonging. In many cases, people trust and defer to authority figures who validate their beliefs. These figures can range from religious leaders to political ones to experts or even family members. When authority figures endorse a particular viewpoint, it further entrenches an individual's belief system. To accept an alternative viewpoint would mean rejecting not only their own perspective, but also the authority that has shaped it. As a result, challenging these beliefs can feel like a betrayal or trust or loss of guidance. Another key factor in unwillingness to accept contradictory information is the fear of uncertainty. People tend to gravitate towards certainty and stability, as uncertainty can lead to anxiety. Beliefs offer a sense of structure and predictability in an otherwise chaotic world. If a person were to entertain a belief that contradicts their current worldview, it could lead to discomfort. This fear of the unknown can create a powerful hindrance to question or change long-term beliefs. The fear of uncertainty is a deeply ingrained psychological response that stems from humans' essential desire or stability and predictability. People thrive in environments where they can anticipate what will happen next, and this sense of control allows them to feel safe. When confronted with conflicting information or ideas that challenge their beliefs, it often introduces a level of unpredictability that can be deeply unsettling. The discomfort of uncertainty can cause anxiety, leading individuals to cling to their existing worldview as a way of restoring psychological equilibrium. Uncertainty in the face of contradictory information can trigger a cascade of unsettling emotions. Individuals may fear that accepting an opposing viewpoint will lead them down a path of confusion or chaos, disabling the structured life they have built around their beliefs. For example, someone who holds a religious belief may fear that entertaining a contradictory argument might unravel their entire spiritual framework, creating a profound sense of loss. This fear of the unknown often creates a mental barrier to change, as individuals prefer to stay within the comfort of the familiar, even if it means continuing to hold on to beliefs that may no longer serve them. When faced with the prospect of adjusting one's worldview, the uncertainty about what new beliefs may mean for the person's identity, relationships, or life trajectory can feel overwhelming. As a result, individuals are more likely to resist questioning their beliefs, even when presented with solid evidence to the contrary, simply because it's less mentally taxing to stay in a state of certainty, even if that certainty is built on falsehood or outdated premises. Uncertainty not only produces anxiety, but can also activate cognitive biases, like the need for closure, where individuals feel compelled to arrive at a definite conclusion as quickly as possible. This bias encourages people to avoid uncertainty, resist open-ended questions, and seek closure by dismissing any information that doesn't fit nearly into their existing framework. In debates, this need for closure makes it difficult for a person to entertain new perspectives because the uncertainty they bring feels like an uncomfortable interruption to the need for cognitive closure. Personal experiences plays a significant role in shaping an individual's beliefs. When a person has lived through certain experiences that validate their viewpoint, it becomes much harder for them to accept a contradictory truth. Human beings are not purely rational beings, rather shaped by the increasing weight of life experiences. These experiences provide a lens through which interpret the world, and they often solidify beliefs that feel deeply rooted in personal history. This connection between belief and experience makes it especially challenging for people to accept contradictory information, as it feels like an assault on their own lived reality. When someone's beliefs are rooted in personal experiences, they are often less likely to view opposing viewpoints as credible or relevant. For example, someone who has had negative interactions with a particular ethnic group or community may develop stereotypes or prejudices based on those experiences. If they are then presented with an opposing perspective that challenges their prejudice, their first instinct may be to reject it outright. This is because the new information conflicts not just with the abstract beliefs, but with their actual experiences, which are perceived as more authentic or truthful than any external argument. Personal experiences are often reinforced by the people we interact with, further entrenching our beliefs. This is particularly evident in the social context of groupthink, where individuals share common experiences with like-minded people. These shared experiences can create echo chambers in which individuals feel that their experiences are universally true, making contradictory viewpoints even harder to accept. When an individual encounters someone from a different group who challenges their beliefs, they may dismiss that person's perspective as invalid or simply a result of different, less credible experiences. The subjective nature of personal experience also means that people tend to interpret contradictory information through their own lens. This means that even when someone is confronted with compelling evidence that challenges their beliefs, they might reinterpret that information in a way that fits their prior experience. For example, a person who has had negative experience with a specific culture may be influenced by uncertain or neutral information about that group in a negative light, reinforcing their existing bias. Because personal experiences are emotionally charged, they can also make debates feel more like personal attacks. When someone's experience and beliefs are challenged, it can feel like a threat to their sense of self and identity. For instance, someone who has been a strong proponent of a certain ideology may feel personally offended if their core beliefs are questioned. This emotional reaction may lead them to become defensive, dismissive, or combative, further hindering productive dialogue and making it even more difficult for them to accept contradictory truths. In the modern era, media plays a critical role in shaping public opinion. With the advent of social media, individuals can now surround themselves with like-minded people and consume information that reinforces their beliefs. These echo chambers create a feedback loop where individuals are continually exposed to viewpoints that support their opinions and shielded from contradictory information. This environment makes it even more difficult for individuals to consider alternative perspectives, as they are rarely exposed to them in the first place. The challenge of dismissing new information is rooted in cognitive processes that prioritize mental efficiency and minimize cognitive load. Humans naturally seek cognitive ease, ways of thinking and processing information that requires less mental effort. When an individual encounters new information that contradicts their long-held beliefs, The effort required to critically evaluate this new data and integrate it into their existing mental framework can feel burdensome. In such situations, many individuals will opt to dismiss the new information or rely on more simplistic, familiar explanations that align with their current worldview. This tendency is both a psychological and cognitive response to the challenges posed by new, complex, or conflicting ideas. When people are confronted with information that challenges their established beliefs, they are often faced with the uncomfortable task of reconsidering their viewpoint. This reevaluation involves mental processes such as comparison, analysis, and the integration of new information into their existing cognitive structure. For many, this task is not only time-consuming, but also emotionally taxing. Questioning or revising long-held beliefs can lead to a feeling of uncertainty, confusion, or even guilt. Since human beings tend to gravitate towards certainty and stability, encountering contradictory information forces them to confront uncertainty and cognitive dissonance, both of which are uncomfortable psychological states. An individual may also rely on mental shortcuts that help people make quick judgments without extensive discussion when faced with contradictory information. For instance, they may dismiss new information as biased or untrustworthy without critically evaluating its evidence. This tendency to rely on experimentation is an adaptive response to cognitive overload, as it allows individuals to make decisions quickly in a world where they are constantly bombarded with information. However, while experimentation may serve the purpose of saving cognitive energy in many everyday situations, they can also prevent individuals from engaging in more thoughtful and reflective processing when it comes to complex, challenging ideas. People tend to overestimate their own knowledge and understanding of a topic, leading them to dismiss new information as unnecessary or irrelevant. This phenomenon, known as the illusion of knowledge, can make it difficult for individuals to accept contradictory information, as they believe they already possess a complete and accurate understanding of the issue at hand. When new information challenges this perceived knowledge, it forces individuals to confront the possibility that they may have been wrong or incomplete in their understanding, which can be disorienting and uncomfortable experience. To avoid this discomfort, people may resist engaging with new information altogether. Confirmation bias is one of the most persistent cognitive biases that influence human beings, particularly during debates. It refers to the tendency of individuals to favor information that confirms their pre-existing beliefs, attitudes, or assumptions, while disregarding or minimizing evidence that contradicts them. This bias is deeply ingrained in human perception, as it offers a way to maintain psychological consistency and avoid the discomfort that arises from cognitive dissonance. The mental tension experienced within conflicting ideas are held simultaneously. In debates, confirmation bias is especially pronounced, as individuals often enter these discussions with the goal of reinforcing their own viewpoints rather than genuinely exploring different perspectives. This selective processing of information means that people are more likely to pay attention to, interpret, and remember facts or arguments that support their beliefs, while ignoring or devaluing any evidence that challenges their position. This selective attention creates an echo chamber effect, where the person's beliefs are continuously reinforced and validated, making it even harder to accept opposing viewpoints. The most dangerous aspect of confirmation bias is that it operates at an unconscious level. People often believe that they are engaging with all relevant evidence in an unbiased manner, yet they are unknowingly gravitating towards information that aligns with their preferences. This selective exposure can take various forms, such as reading articles, watching videos, or following social media accounts that share similar opinions. As a result, individuals can become increasingly entrenched in their beliefs, forming a cycle in which only information that supports their views is sought and internalized, while contradictory evidence is ignored or discredited. The confirmation bias is also evident in the way individuals evaluate evidence. In a debate, people are likely to accept weak evidence that support their beliefs while scrutinizing or dismissing stronger evidence that contradicts them. A person might accept a hearsay story or a piece of unverified data if it aligns with their viewpoint, but they may reject well-researched studies or expert opinions if they conflict with their position. This selective evaluation of evidence ensures that the individual's beliefs remain unchallenged, reinforcing their conviction and undermining the potential for rational debate. One of the more problematic consequences of confirmation bias in debates is the creation of polarized echo chambers. When individuals only expose themselves to information that align with their views, they often become more extreme in their opinions. Social media platforms and online forums exacerbate this issue by allowing people to self-select information that supports their perspective. Algorithms that prioritize content based on past engagement further traps individuals in religious silos, limiting their exposure to diverse viewpoints. As a result, individuals may become more rigid in their beliefs, less willing to engage in productive conversations, and more hostile towards those with opposing views. This polarization not only hinders meaningful dialogue, but can also fuel political or social divisions, as each side becomes further entrenched in its own narrative. The persistence of confirmation bias also means that individuals may fail to update their beliefs, even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Once a belief becomes strongly entrenched, the brain's need for cognitive consistency increases, leading to the rejection of discomforting information with greater intensity. This phenomenon is known as belief perseverance, where individuals continue to hold on to their beliefs even when faced with facts that contradict them. Confirmation bias plays a critical role in belief perseverance as it actively works to shield those beliefs from the disorienting effects of new, conflicting information. This makes it particularly difficult to change someone's mind in a debate, especially when their convictions are rooted in strong emotions are identified. In the context of debates, confirmation bias can manifest in the form of motivated reasoning, where individuals engage in reasoning that is driven by a desire to reach a conclusion that supports their beliefs, rather than an objective evaluation of the evidence. For example, when confronted with conflicting evidence, people with strong biases may look for flaws in the studies that contradict their views, while readily accepting studies that support their position, regardless of their quality. Motivated reasoning makes it challenging for individuals to engage in unbiased or objective thinking, further entrenching them in their views. The illusion of understanding is a cognitive phenomenon where individuals believe they have a complete or accurate grasp of a complex issue, even though their understanding may be superficial or incomplete. This overconfidence in one's own knowledge can be particularly problematic in debates, as it often leads to the dismissal of opposing viewpoints without fully considering them. When individuals hold this illusion, they tend to feel certain that their perspective is the only valid one, which can be a significant barrier to accepting new contradictory information. This false sense of certainty can prevent meaningful dialogue, as people may not be open to critically evaluating alternative ideas or acknowledging the limits of their understanding. Overconfidence in one's knowledge is well-documented cognitive bias, known as the overconfidence effect. It leads people to overestimate their understanding of a subject, often because they are familiar with some aspects of it, even if they have little expertise or understanding of the issue as a whole. For example, an individual may have read a few articles on a particular subject, watched a few documentaries, or listened to a podcast, and as a result, they may believe they fully understand the issue. This partial knowledge can give rise to the belief that their perspective is well-informed and definitive, making them more resistant to new information that challenges their views. This illusion of understanding also plays a role in the way people approach complex topics. Many debates involve nuanced, complex issues that require deep analysis, and individuals often lack the time or willingness to engage with these complexities. Instead, they may rely on oversimplified narratives or popularized viewpoints that align with their pre-existing beliefs. This shortcut in thinking gives them a false sense of having fully grasped the topic at hand. While they may not have explored the full range of arguments or evidence because they feel they already know enough, they are less likely to explore contradictory viewpoints or entertain the possibility that their understanding could be incomplete. In debates, individuals with this illusion may feel the need to defend their beliefs with intensity, using selective or incomplete evidence to support their argument. They may dismiss new evidence, counter-arguments, or expertise as unnecessary or irrelevant because they believe they already possess the truth. This overconfidence can lead to a closed-minded approach, where the person is more focused on defending their stance than on engaging with the complexity of the issue. As a result, they may not even fully consider the possibility that they are wrong or that their understanding is limited. The illusion of understanding is also linked to the Dunning-Kruger effect, a cognitive bias in which people with low levels of knowledge or competence in a particular area overestimate their abilities. This effect can make it particularly difficult for individuals to recognize when they lack sufficient understanding. For example, someone with minimal knowledge of a scientific subject may confidently argue against well-established scientific consensus because they believe their understanding is just as valid or more accurate than the research conducted by experts. This can be particularly dangerous in public debates where misinformation can spread when people with the illusion of understanding feel encouraged to challenge authoritative sources without recognizing their own limitations. The root cause of the illusion of understanding lies in cognitive laziness and the desire for certainty. A person who has invested minimal effort into researching or analyzing a complex issue may feel a psychological need to act as though they understand it fully, as this provides them with the comfort or certainty. This desire to avoid doubt can make it easier to hold on to the simplified explanations or ideologies that align with one's pre-existing views. Confronted with new contradictory information, individuals may reject it outright because it threatens their sense of security in their current understanding. The illusion of understanding can also be fueled by the human tendency to remember only the information that supports their beliefs and forget or ignore information that contradicts them. This selective memory, known as motivated reasoning, ensures that people maintain their sense of certainty even when faced with evidence to the contrary. For example, someone who believes in a particular conspiracy theory may selectively remember events or details that support their theory, while disregarding well-documented facts or experts' opinions that debunk it. This tendency to filter information through the lens of one's beliefs further solidifies the illusion of understanding. To overcome the illusion of understanding, individuals must cultivate intellectual humility, the ability to acknowledge the limitation of one's knowledge and be open to the possibility that one's understanding may be incomplete or flawed. This involves recognizing that knowledge is often complex and that no one person can have a complete understanding of every issue. Intellectual humility allows individuals to approach debates with an openness to learning rather than with the defensiveness that often accompanies overconfidence. It encourages them to listen to others, consider alternative viewpoints, and engaging with new evidence in a more objective and thoughtful manner. An essential step in overcoming the illusion of understanding is developing a willingness to engage in continuous learning. This means not only seeking out information that supports one's beliefs, but also actively exploring contradictory viewpoints and challenging assumptions. A person who is committed to learning is more likely to admit when they don't know something, or when their understanding needs to be re-advised. This approach fosters a mindset that values intellectual growth and curiosity over the need to appear knowledgeable or right. Humility in debates requires individuals to recognize that expertise matters. In complex subjects, experts' knowledge and extensive research carry significant weight, and acknowledging the authority of those who have dedicated years to studying a particular field can help prevent the illusion of understanding from taking hold. Individuals should learn to respect the opinions of experts and consider the evidence they present, even when it challenges their beliefs. Fostering a culture of inquiry rather than certainty can help individuals move past the illusion of understanding. In debates, people should be encouraged to ask questions, explore different perspectives, and engage in dialogue that prioritize the search for truth over the defense of a preconceived notion. This can be achieved by creating a space where curiosity, open-mindedness, and willingness to learn are valued more than winning an argument or proving oneself right. Rhetoric. The art of persuasion plays a crucial role in shaping opinions, influencing beliefs, and guiding individuals' decisions in debates and discussions. Skilled debaters, speakers, and influencers often use rhetorical techniques not only to make their argument more compelling, but to shape the emotions, attitudes, and values of their audience. While rhetoric can be a powerful tool for advancing well-supported logical arguments, it can also be manipulated to create emotional resonance and reinforce pre-existing beliefs. This can be particularly dangerous in debates where the aim is to convince others of a particular viewpoint, as persuasive rhetoric may sway an audience despite the absence of strong factual support or logical coherence. One of the most prominent ways rhetoric influences belief formation is through emotional appeals. Humans are deeply emotional beings, and emotions often guide decision-making more than rational thought. Skilled people who use rhetoric understand that appealing to emotions such as fear, anger, empathy, or pride can be far more persuasive than presenting cold hard facts. Emotional appeal creates a sense of urgency, importance, or personal connection that can override the intellectual analysis of an argument. For instance, in a debate, a speaker may use emotionally charged language to create fear or outrage over a particular issue, thus bypassing logical reasoning and fostering a sense of shared urgency. This emotional connection to the argument can reinforce pre-existing beliefs or biases, making it more difficult for individuals to accept contradictory perspectives. In a debate, emotional appeals are often used to rally support for causes, even when the argument themselves may be weak or unsupported by evidence. When individuals are emotionally invested in a particular issue or position, they are less likely to critically evaluate the claims being made and more likely to accept arguments that align with their emotional responses. For example, one might use fear tactics to persuade people that a certain policy is necessary for security. Even though the actual evidence does not support the claim, the audience swept up in the emotional intensity of the message may overlook the lack of substantial proof and instead reinforce their existing beliefs based on the emotional impact of the rhetoric. The emotional appeal skilled debaters often rely on logical misconceptions, flawed or deceptive arguments that can mislead an audience into accepting a conclusion without critically analyzing it. Logical misconceptions, while not grounded in truth, can be highly persuasive because they exploit common cognitive biases or manipulative strategies that resonate with people's emotions or preconceptions. Some common examples of logical misconceptions used in debates include ad hominem attacks, attacking the character of the opponent rather than addressing the argument. Straw man arguments, misrepresenting the opponent's position in order to more easily attack it. Appeals to authority, relying on the opinion of an authority figure without providing solid evidence. These rhetorical tricks are often effective because they simplify complex issues and make the audience feel as though they are making a rational decision, even when the argument is logically flawed. The rhetorical flourishes, such as the use of metaphors and repetition, can also strengthen an argument, emotional appeal, and reinforce an individual's pre-existing beliefs. For example, a metaphor that compares an opposing figure to a villain in a story may help to frame them in a negative light, invoking the audience's emotional reaction to the metaphor rather than a critical evaluation of the individual's actions. Similarly, the repetition of key phrases, slogans, or catchwords can create a sense of familiarity and certainty, making an argument appear more credible and appealing. The rhetorical techniques are designed to bypass the critical thinking process of the audience, focusing instead on creating a powerful emotional response and strengthening the speaker's position. Rhetoric often appeals to the audience's social identity, the sense of belonging to a particular group, community, or ideology. By framing a debate in the terms of group identity, a speaker can influence individuals to adopt a particular belief or action because it aligns with the norms, values, or beliefs of the group they identify with. The social influence can be incredibly potent, as people often seek validation and approval from their social groups. When a belief is framed as essential to a group membership, individuals are more likely to defend it, even when confronted with opposing evidence. The power of rhetoric is also closely tied to the authority of the speaker. In debates, audiences tend to trust those they perceive as credible or authoritative figures. The credibility of a speaker can influence how persuasive their argument is, even if their logic is weak or their fact is inaccurate. When a person with authority, whether that authority comes from experience, expertise, or social status, makes a claim, people are more likely to accept it as truth without questioning it. This is particularly evident in debates involving political figures, celebrities, or experts who are seen as reliable sources. People are often more inclined to trust what these figures say, not because of the merit of the argument, but because of their perceived authority, which can limit crucial engagement and reinforce pre-existing beliefs. Framing plays a significant role in how rhetoric influences debate and belief information. Framing refers to the way information is presented or packaged to highlight certain aspects of an issue while downplaying others. By framing a particular issue in a specific light, speakers can manipulate how it is perceived by the audience. By carefully selecting which aspect of an issue to emphasize and which to ignore, the speaker can shape the audience's perception and make the argument more emotionally compelling. The way a speaker frames an argument has the power to shift the focus of a debate and strengthen the resonance of their message, regardless of whether or not the underlying facts are supported. Empathy and respect are essential. People are more likely to change their beliefs when they feel understood and respected, rather than when they feel attacked or dismissed. Engaging in a debate with the intention of genuinely understanding the other person's perspective fosters an environment where mutual respect can lead to greater openness. Empathy allows one to acknowledge the emotional and psychological factors that shape a person's beliefs, creating a space where new ideas can be considered without triggering a defensiveness. Trust plays a crucial role in convincing someone to reconsider their beliefs. If the person feels that the speaker is trustworthy and has their best interests at heart, they are more likely to listen to alternative perspectives. Trust can be built through shared values, a genuine concern for the individual's well-being, and a demonstrated willingness to engage in respectful dialogue. Without trust, any attempt to persuade someone will likely fall on deaf ears, as the individual will be skeptical of the motivations behind the argument. Convincing someone to accept a truth that contradicts their beliefs is a complex and challenging process. The difficulty lies in the psychological, emotional, social, and cognitive barriers that prevent individuals from changing their viewpoints. However, through an empathy, trust, and open dialogue, it is possible to overcome these obstacles. By presenting information, fostering cognitive dissonance, and engaging with the person in a respectful and understanding manner, it is possible to help them reconsider their beliefs. Ultimately, the key to convincing someone lies not in winning a debate, but in creating an environment where they feel safe enough to question their assumptions and explore new truths.
and yes, 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 the Hekau really works.
Hotep Henu. Let me come back to the camera here, as I was kicked back chilling, you know, relaxing, watching the movie. Let me get back here. Okay, there we go. All right, Hotep, great brother. Get my let me get my dissertation.
I mean, you might have to also add a Tep back in. Remember, he had to step out.
Oh, okay. Yes, to our Hindu great brother, peace and love. Everyone who is here and received that, please support this great brother. Okay, mic check, Atef. You might have stepped away. So, but yes, to our Hindu great brother. Yeah, let me pull up my dissertation here. I feel like who wants the smoke? This great brother just prepared me and gave the entire breakdown and build up to for that. Yeah, this was phenomenal, extremely informational, and for those who are willing to Sdm and pay attention to Atef, mic check real quick. I just saw you.
Mic check. Hotep, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, mic check.
All right. But yes, for those who was able to take notes and receive, you know, what you were saying, what you were teaching on, you put a lot in there. And now I completely understand why you prefaced with the mind, right? Because you just completely gave a fantastic teaching on how the mind works and what keeps us, many people, from being able to ascend beyond where they're at. You went into cognitive dissonance, and you broke that down and what that is, and how people can become defensive and combative when there's other teachings or beliefs brought forward, and how it brings up a wall. And how that translates into debate, where it's not, because I don't think I've ever seen a debate where someone conceded to a point, even knowing that they were wrong, and you just gave a beautiful teaching as to why that is. I've seen people come back later and say, you know what, you did get me on that point, and then they'll get beat up because they just said, you know what, oh no, now you lost, brother, you can't concede to the point. It don't, like, well, the brother, he's being honest. He was like, you got me there, and we, that should be a thing. It shouldn't be. You should be able to absolutely say, no, I was incorrect right there. I redid my research, and you were actually right. But I did get you here, and it's okay, because that always is going to happen. Simplistic, familiar ideas that align with what's comfortable to you Yeah, that's very powerful, and simplifying a lot of very complex facts and details, right? Because of the comfortability that you are placed in by doing so, right? And we see that time and time again, and by remaining, within your own bubble of what's comfortable to you, it definitely prevents you from being able to step outside of that and grow beyond that limitation. And it's something that definitely plagues our people today. So that was very powerful. I learned you was pushing a bunch of different terms with cognition, cognitive structure, cognitive energy, and putting words to these concepts that deal with the cognition of the mind, the gnosis, the knowledge. And you even spoke about how knowledge in itself can be an illusion. You went into the different ways of presenting the information, and just because you have the correct information doesn't mean that you actually can win a debate. So you broke that down. That was very powerful, and it didn't used to be like that, Now it's more so about what people tend to think, like what the word that we know is entertainment today. And I recently did some digging into that word to see, what is that? Because in today it seems like the entertainment has to be filled with distraction, and bunch of false hypeness for someone to gauge any type of what today we know as entertainment. And when I looked into that word, I saw that it actually means to keep something up, to maintain, to support, which is the Djed. That's the actual etymology of entertain, from enter, meaning to hold something together, to support something. But it gets turned into something else, which really is the word amusement, to amuse someone, which then of course the Greek word muse, and to a is to negate it. And the word amuse is really what people are participating in, and it's not entertainment. Amusement means to divert the attention. It means to distract. And that is what people are participating in today, and actually taken away from the real entertainment and creating a support system, or infotainment. And they're into the amusement, the cheating, the lying, the distraction, right? And that's why you can be hype. You can turn up just because you have more fire in your energy when you're talking, and you can be saying a whole bunch of nothing, just making it up, and everybody's gonna be like, yeah, he's getting them, he's whooping them, look at him. And that's the distraction that people fall for, especially in our communities. It's not so much like that in other debate forums. It's really about the information. And so you broke that down beautifully. You also went into, I got a lot of notes from this, because it was, it's packed full. And I usually am doing other things while it's going, but I said, no, I'm just gonna sit down, put it on the TV, which it looked beautiful, by the way. It looked beautiful. Got a nice gold frame with all the animations are flowing and look like an action movie, but your voice is calm. So I'm like, this was fantastic. This was phenomenal. You went into confirmation bias. You went deep into that, and how that happens subconsciously, right? And that's very important to point out, to know some of the subconscious movement that's taking place that creates our perception at the forefront, right? It's definitely the subconscious that plays the most of how we think and how we move. We went into different tactics that people utilize that create the illusion, the appeal to authority, which a lot of people do, where I can't break this down, but here's this scholar right here, and this is what this scholar said. This is what the experts say in this particular field. Just appealing to authority, without doing any research themselves and determining whether or not it's actually in alignment. Because when you know that a lot of these institutions, a lot of the scholars are believers in different faith, and that creates the confirmation bias as well. And that's what makes Ma'at so powerful, because as someone who lives and follows in Ma'at, it's about really what's Ma'at, right? It's if something is incorrect, then to be within Ma'at, you have to acknowledge that. You can't ignore it and put it to the side, because that's what you want it to be. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. Well, I won't say go wrong. That's where a lot of people choose to be followers of Ma'at by creating something within their own mind, instead of just going by what the scribes wrote themselves, and dealing with the truth, dealing with the facts. And this was, I've always been very attracted to this topic as well, in the mind. So this is why I really wanted to really see what you put together, because it is extremely important. Because growing up, I never held on to beliefs. I was always willing to challenge myself. So seeing how that's not how majority of people work, I always found it very interesting as to how you can accept a lie simply because it makes you uncomfortable, and that's what you've put your time and energy and effort into for however many years or decades. I understand with more time it becomes more difficult, but challenging yourself and growing, it comes with removing holding on to something because of comfortability. So I always found that interesting as to why people do that. And this class was absolutely phenomenal in being able to explain, the multiple reasons as to why that happens. So yeah, Hindu, great brother. I have, far more notes, but I'll conclude there. There's a lot of information in this, and I hope everyone also was taking notes and understand that, the great debate that can also just take place within you, and being able to come to the proper conclusion by utilizing and being aware of the steps that this great brother just gave, showing the different images of the double-sided pathway, and the camera was panning left to right and flipping over, and this brother, what the heck was going on in here? So
and yes, the hekau really works.
There is no spoon. There is no spoon.
Yeah, so to our great brother for this, sending you much dua and appreciation for the time and energy and effort and the research and the writing ability that you went into putting this together and completing this very detailed primordial vision for us, great brother. So to our Hindu Hotep, please everyone support this great brother and his works. Dua.
Hey, that was hey, look, I appreciate those never words. Look, man, honey, this presentation was it required so much energy. Like, hey, look, hey, trying to balance everything, man, and put this together. I didn't even get to put everything I wanted to put in there. Like, I appreciate those never words, great brother. Yes, I like what you said. The great debate is sometimes within oneself. And that is 100% complete fact. That's where it starts for sure, right? And then that just echoes out, and and other people just get the effect of it as well, right? So, Tua for those never words, man. This one took some time, man, because just to put together just putting something together that's a talking for a whole hour. Now I kind of got a little dose of what Saba goes through on a weekly basis, right? On every podcast, like, just to talk and try to record something that long. Like I said, it's definitely it required a lot of energy, man, a lot of energy. So but yeah, hey, do up to your never words, great brother. Hey, Tua for just, I appreciate people sit down and take the notes and stuff, because you put the energy into it, and that means a lot to me too. So just dua. Appreciate everybody also in the chat that's giving much dua as well. Dua to you all as well. Yeah, just like I said, trying to hold up the Aout and make sure the purse good. And, you can hear in the background, I'm sure. Hey, Tua for those never words, man. It takes time, so I appreciate those never words big time. So Tua.
Yes, absolutely. So, everyone, please support this great brother. And as you see, it's there's a lot. The reciprocity that we give to each other is what allows us to keep going at this level, because this brother got to do it again next month. So we got to do this consistently, and it takes a lot. And it's you all who are here receiving it that really holds such a powerful key that gives us what's necessary to keep doing this at this level and to keep growing. Because it's one thing to master, just one particular thing, and then when you do it, time and time again, it gets easier. But when you're taking that and you're still learning while you're doing it, not only the information that you're bringing, but the tools that you're using. We have to learn so much to put all this together on top of just the information, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. It definitely is a lot. So yeah, please support the House of ATTON, and because this is the very beginning of what it is that we're doing, and what these will transform into, and it is a collective effort, for us to be creators of the writings of the Netter and the teachings of Ma'at, and learning how to mold creativity, from the teachings, and let our Ka be expressive of that. So yes, we have everyday lives just like everyone who's receiving, and because we find this to be so important to be able to sacrifice certain things so you all can be able to receive these teachings and receive them in different forms, right? Receive them in different forms. So yeah, much love. That's the alligator, ready to chomp and roll. So yeah, Dua Hinu to you, great brother. And Hotep Min Kuara, Mary Ma'at, looking crisp and clear.
Peace, Hotep. Wonderful. Yes, it does look good. It's got better. So Hotep Hinu the Djed, to a great brother for this edutainment, tour for the mental health that you just blessed us with. Appreciate the amazing visuals, and there is an abundance of gems in here. This thing was jam-packed. Now I see what you meant about the narration, because you was spitting in there. This is like chapters of audio book, all the narration you did. So hinu to you for that, because there's a lot of information in here, but there's a couple things that really stood out to me that I really appreciate that you touched on, because two of the most difficult things to heal is the mind and the heart. Those are extremely delicate. Anytime you having surgery on the mind, the brain, the mind, and the heart, you don't want a regular person.
Man, cool. I'm still listening. Just by the way, I'm still listening.
Yeah, do your thing. You don't want a regular person doing procedures on those two things. And so with that said, you had mentioned people hold on to their beliefs with intense conviction. And so there is, the part when dealing with debates that is extremely crucial, because one of the biggest misconceptions and cliches is the saying is, I changed my mind. And in reality, you didn't change your mind at all. People don't actually change their minds, because their minds are conditioned and traumatized. People are brainwashed, and a lot of minds are fear-ridden. A lot of minds are enslaved and bombarded with misinformation. And the truth is, a lot of people still have Stockholm syndrome, which is the psychological bond with their captors. And so when people say that they changed their mind, I think what they're meaning to say is that they changed their thought or they changed their decision, but their mind didn't actually change at all. Because to be able to actually change your mind, I would say for me, the wisdom that I am obtaining through, the answer, the question answerer Sabatahuti, and what I'm learning from the Netaru and from the scribes and being a follower of Ma'at, in order to actually really change your mind, there's an abundance of other things that have to change. The environment that you're in, your beliefs have to change, how you're able to deal with your emotions and cope and regulate your emotions, to be able to actually understand what you're seeing, right? We have a magician who is helping us to see things right before our eyes that we thought we were looking at, but in actuality, we were looking at something totally different. And so that is what I love about Ma'at, because it is helping me to deal with all the aspects of everything that is around us, right? Understanding the environment that we're in, understanding language in a different way, right? The scribes in Tahuti was a master of language. And so there's all these other aspects that are simultaneously affecting us. You know, this thing of energy is a really big thing, right? We are affected by so many different things. And so our mind and our heart has to process all of that. But for our heart and mind to really process everything that's happening to us and around us, you need something bigger than you to be able to understand, understand, overstand everything that's happening simultaneously all the time. You need a community, a philosophy, a spirituality. Did I say community? You need a teacher, you need guidance, you need ancestral power, you need something bigger than you to have the right mind, to have the right heart, and to live a certain way, to be able to understand such a big universe that we're part of. And I just really love how Saba puts things in perspective. Our perspective is an extremely big thing. And Ani Pata taught on what they call the third eye is the first eye. And so what we see and what we think, there's just so many things that come into play when we're thinking about what we think about. So Tua, for this share, this exploration, this presentation, this class, whatever we want to categorize this thing is, but that this is the great debate, is what is actually happening all the time, every second, like what is actually happening. And a gazillion things are happening all the time. And so to be able to process those things, your mind is not enough. The mind that a lot of us think that we have, or the mind that was given to us, is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much to consider. So Tua, for this, this is a beautiful beginning of, you know, how we need to approach what is actual mental health, right? Because we have these we have these sayings. We just say mental health, you know, well, how do we evaluate that? And so it's a beautiful thing to explore everything that you touched on. So Hinu Hotep to you, great brother, for helping us expand our minds.
Hotep and new, two up to you, great brother Menku. Yes, there are definitely a lot of things that are happening simultaneously, and that is complete facts. Sometimes, like if I feel off, I go within very fast. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just stop and just like really evaluate what I'm processing mentally, and I'll have to take a step back and reflect, and just to make sure that I'm back on track on keeping my Maa Hmt, you know what I mean, in the forefront, just to be able to observe. And one thing that I always try to you know, affirm to myself is, you know, hey, you know, search yourself, you know, thoroughly for every flaw, you know, remove those flaws from my compartment, right? So I always repeat stuff like that all the time. I always repeat the Sepahits. It's mandatory for me to keep me keep me in line to make sure that I'm getting the things that I need to get done. And that's the subconscious mind, man, is there's so much that goes on in there, and if you're not really aware when it takes over, you go into this autopilot mode in a way. Like, to me, I feel like that's where all the inspect that sits in the subconscious mind, that that's been implemented, in us for for however long. It's good. We got to pet them cool, right? Like that's that's what we got to do. So I try to catch myself if I ever fall into the autopilot that's just doing the day-to-day, right? Just the regular stuff, right? That's not even truly being active and becoming better. So I try to catch myself when, if I find myself in that, I try to, peck and cool that and just, go within. Always, man. Always looking at me first. So, 2 up for those never words, great brother. I'm just happy all those things got to. I'm happy everybody enjoyed it. I really did. I just want to be better, right? Like, to me, when I'm watching something, I see things and I'm just like, okay, well, that needs to be tightened up. This needs to be, I should put this in here. I just like to just become better. And I always thought I could do better too. So, yeah, 2 up to you, great brother. Do up.
Yeah, Nini up, great brother, because you just touched on another point to it, because it's like, whenever, often we have to question, like, what is influencing me? What is at the forefront, right? Is this my conscious mind? Is this my subconscious mind? Where's these thoughts coming from? Is this my feelings that at the forefront? Is this my fears that's at the forefront? Is this someone else's voice that is influencing me? Or is the Neteru speaking to me? Is this my spirituality and my beliefs? Like, what energy am I being influenced by? And so we always have, these things to consider, because there's always so many things that's happening, right? Because then you're at work, right? And then you have all these people, your co-workers, supervisors, bosses, you have clients, blase skip there. And when you're in your PER, you have your partner, and then you have the kids, you have your family, you have friends, there's always so many things that we have to consider. So this is a powerful presentation that you did for us to start, just being aware of what's actually happening in our minds.
Oh tap, can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear you.
Tap, I was talking for 5 minutes as soon as it was over. But I must have been in the background. But yeah, great brother, this was phenomenal. First, let me just congratulate you. And I felt that, brother, when you said how much energy it takes, how much, what you put into the presentations, because that's how I feel. That's how I be feeling, like I don't be knowing what's going on, because I'm trying to learn the programs. I'm trying to learn as I'm learning the programs and teach at the same time. And yeah, it's it sparks the creativity, brother. So I just want to just congratulate you, because it does take a lot. It really, really, really does. And it's actually getting fun to me, because now I'm really embracing the fact that I really don't know what's going on. Like I'm really learning, and that's what's so beautiful. And it kind of relates to what I got from your presentation today. That truth is a journey, because it is a journey for me. The learning aspect of it is what I love so much. And when I'm creating them, it's like I don't know when to stop I don't know, you know, what I should put in, what I shouldn't. And I just make it fun. I just, you know, I keep it like that. I don't try to figure it all out. I just, you know, I just enjoy the moment and just keep pushing. So I love how you're challenging yourself. I love how you're not getting stuck with one style or one you know, one process. I definitely saw. So I was watching it right on the screen. I have it on the computer, but then I'll have it on the big screen because I like to be. I'm here with you, brothers, and I'm motivated and inspired, but I'm also still a fan. I'm a fan as well. So I like to watch it as if I'm not a part, but still a part. You know, So I was watching it, and then the visuals, brother, was so never, because I kept seeing the duality was one of the themes that kept popping up on the visual, and the different things, like Ani said, what they were doing, panning left, panning right. I definitely see. It remind me a little bit of my gumbo, you know, the different experimentation styles that I see. With your different presentations, brother. I just want to tell you, keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going, because they're getting better and better. You're getting better and better. We're evolving. So I like that. I love how you started with, you know, just reminding people about hearing well, you know, Hotep, hearing, you know, and the importance of just listening. Not necessarily about speaking, but just listening first. So that was never. Like I said, the whole presentation about you know, truth being a journey. That's when I was watching it, I was kind of drifting off a little bit because of the duality and the spinning. It was a lot of trippy, psychedelic-y, different shapes, and you know, so I was zoning out a little bit because, like I said, I was enjoying it like a fan. I really do that, because I be traveling a lot, so a lot of times I'll be watching it on different screens, you know, and I enjoy that. Like I really do enjoy that. So Nefer Tua for that, great brother. Yeah, cognitive dissonance is you know, it reminds me to you know, do what I need to do to stay in alignment, you know, to keep challenging myself and not be afraid to question everything. You know, I'm so grateful for you brothers, for this frequency, this energy. I'm so grateful for my great teacher, Sabatahudi Amahotep Ra. You know, in this journey that I'm on with you brothers, as we create these movies, I never thought it would look like this, great brother, but definitely I'm loving the animations now. You know, I see in some of your earlier ones, the visuals were more live people. This is a lot of animation and live people, a lot of different ideas. I love it, brother. I love how you you know, how you went into the two scientists or psychologists, Darrell Bim and Carl Smith, you know, the great the great psychologists or whatever, you know. Yeah, man, I love it, brother. Keep up the great work, man. Keep pushing yourself, keep challenging yourself, and you know, keep evolving, brother. Keep growing brick by brick. This is phenomenal. I love the primordial vision. You know, you inspire me. And this is Nefer. Both of you, bro, all of you brothers. Minku, I definitely look forward to you and your presentations as you evolve and grow. Of course, Ani told us he's a ninja. You know, we always learning something new. You know, so this is great, brother. So, Hotep, new to you, great brother. This was phenomenal. Keep it up, and yeah, better keep teaching like this.
Hey, peace. Appreciate you, great brother Tua. Yeah. You're most definitely right. Definitely draining. But you still feel good at the same time. But you know what? Yeah, you know, you definitely inspire me. When I start seeing things, I'm like, man, there's one of the most challenging things to do when you're creating like a video is trying to find or create an image that has at least something to do with what you're saying. And that has to be the most, you think writing is one thing, right? But I can't just like do the the audio and then y'all just staring at a blank screen, right? Or just my background's just going, right? It's not to me, that's more energy could be put into that, right? So that's a challenging thing to do, man. So to try to put it all together, man, but look, man, I got to give a shout out to MT, man. You know, Gabriella, if my time is doing this, the time that I'm putting to do this, like that takes away from everything else, right? So like, you know, she's been super understanding, you know, and you know, the children, they want to definitely spend time too, right? Like they know what you're doing, but you know, they want to, like, you know, they want to spend that time, and you like, look, like, this is what I'm doing. I gotta complete this. Like, this is what, you know, and you just try to like show them little things, right? Like show them what you can do, and you know what I mean? Just try to get them engaged with the, you know, they okay, you know, they check on, you done yet? Are you done? Like, you finished yet? Like, so like I said, man, to balance it all, man, it's just love for the House of ATTON, man. And like I said, I see y'all brothers do it. I see Saba do it, and y'all consistently doing this. So, hey, you know how it is, man. Make it happen, right? Like, get it done in a way. So, Tua to you, brother. Yes, Tua for you, inspiring me too, man. So, I see and love your creativity as well with the images and things. So, it's just broadening perspective, right? Come together like Voltron. So, hey, do it to you, great brother. I appreciate those natural words.
To our great brother, I told you I don't know what's going on, but yeah, just trying to learn something. We're gonna keep it pushing, and I keep doing what we doing. Yeah, I got a lot of gumbo, brother. That's all listen. Don't ask me to do it again, because I don't know what I'm doing. I just know I got to do it again next month, like Ani said. I just know it's coming up. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Listen, y'all think I be joking. I be freestyling for real. I'm so for real.
Yes, Hotep. Yeah, I don't think none of us think you're joking, because we do it too. So this is all it's all a learning process, you know. And when there's so many different things to learn, and that's how it works now. You know, there is no one thing, one platform to do one thing. You know, with what you see, all of what you see is like at least 30 different programs, you know. Just to see the one picture it's a lot. You know, it is a lot, but that's the beauty of Ma'at, right? And the order and the organization. Without Ma'at, I wouldn't be able to do this at the level that I'm doing it, just to speak for me, and creating the order in the mind, and being aware of a lot of what this great brother just gave his primordial vision on, and being able to Pekka him cool, and just even as an artist, right? There's different that you can sit down, you can write, you can freestyle. It's so many different ways to go into, and a lot of times it just starts with freestyle. If you don't have an idea, concept, put on a beat and just say whatever first thing comes to mind, whatever the first thing that sticks. Okay, I'm going with that. That's my next song. And there's so many different ways to create, and that's the beautiful thing about creation, and being able to just learn these processes, because it's just gonna get more expansive. It's gonna get more. There's gonna be more and more programs, more and more books, just like there's papyri. There's so many that aren't even just public like that, untranslated. But because we do have access to, the technology now, and just staying at the forefront of it within the mind, allows you to do some powerful things, and allows our knowledge to go beyond. With at one point could have taken a week for you to go find the book, read through it, get the information you need. Now you can get the PDF, you can throw it in one of these GPTs and have it summarize it for you, or you can throw it in Adobe PDF itself. Now has its own AI summary where you can just upload it and it'll run through it, and if you can type in what you're looking for specifically, it'll bring you right to it. So once you learn the different ways that we can do research and create, staying organized in the mind is simply the most important part, to be able to do it consistently, because that does happen. When you put something together, I don't know how I just did that. I don't know where. It's the reason why I keep extreme detailed documentation throughout my study now, because of one particular thing that I found that was phenomenal to me, and I didn't save it immediately, and I can't find that one. I'm gonna find it though. I'm gonna find it, but it's been almost a year and I haven't been able. I don't know where it's at. I know it's in one of these books in one of my files somewhere, but do I hinu, great brother, for this, and to out to the AU. Go ahead.
Hey, I mean, do up to you, man. That thumbnail and the visual thumbnail, all I did was just give what I was looking for, and the visual one, oh man, I had to put that in the intro. That was phenomenal. So yeah, y'all see that? Y'all gotta give a shout out to Ani for the visual thumbnail. Like at the beginning of the video, that was like, I just added some sound effects to it just to, bring it to life a little more.
Put that fire on it, yeah.
But other than that, I was like, fire, bro. So do up to you. I don't want to forget that. Go ahead, great brother.
Yeah, Tua very much for that. It's multiple programs to do that, creating the background, and then I've tried to find the image that looks somewhat like you, the much as I could. I have about 40 different versions of your face right here. So I had to take this head and cut it off of another body and put it on top of this body, which is done in Photoshop, right? So, so that's a conglomerate of different parts of you. So yeah, I have about 40 different versions of that image, and finding the right one, like you said, you know, it's difficult. You know, there's a lot, and just generating, you know, these images, it's not easy. You got to learn that program and learn how these prompts work, right? It's a whole learning system to know what to type in. There's different code words to be able to do certain things and learn the language of the system to create the images that you want. You know, you can't just type in, you can, but it may not be exactly what you're looking for. So it definitely is a learning process. And I'm just so thankful for you great brothers for taking on the challenge of what comes with this. And due out to everyone who supports this. You know, please support this so we can continue to keep doing it at this level and know that it's that the people want it, because there's, you know, there's different levels and layers to it. So it's another reason why I love this this class that you just gave, and the depth of the mind, and how knowing that, you know, there's certain people who sacrifice a lot to be able to do something for the collective, you know, because we're not spending days and days, weeks to put something together for us just to press play for myself. Let me just watch it myself. No, you know.
Hey, look, I mean, hey, as this is being prepared, right? I got that small little voice in the back of my head that was like, you know, like the girl you play on Rush Hour, push the button. Go ahead, yeah, push the button. Yo, you have no idea how bad I wanted to put examples up in, you know, some of Saba's debates, right? And I was just like, man, look, let me calm it down. Let me just stick to exactly how I wanted it to go. But yeah, that temptation was so there, because, you know, sometimes people need to see an example, but defense mechanisms fly up when you kind of do that, right? So learning these things, you realize, okay, kind of how to step in a way, right? Like I don't want the mind to be distracted by already like what I just presented. So I was very tempted though. It was just to push the button, like just give the example, right? But y'all already know, man. Just go watch debates, man. Go see what's going on. Go, and then you will be able to say like, okay. Like you'll see those glitches, man. You'll see the mind they just get, it's a defense mechanism that lock in. Some are consciously doing it because of ego, and some are subconsciously, they can't really see what's really happening to them. So, but yeah, I just have to throw that in there.
Push the button. Come on. Push the button.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing, play along. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Blow everybody up.
Yeah, blow everybody up.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the button.
Oh man. Push the button. Oh man. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So out to everyone who supports. I'm about to pull up the support. I saw a few come through. So Tua, Hinu, everyone. Peace and love to Drew the One, who subscribed during while the video was playing, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I'm very super proud of you, great brother, and I see the work and the energy that's going into this, and you know, I was watching it, and it's like, man, see, this makes me want to act, you know, because I can invoke a lot of different energies and characters, and but I'm never been into the media system, right? And knowing, you know, what's taking place behind the scene, but seeing something like this is like, oh man, I can act for that director. Let me just get me in a scene, and we're going up. So, so yeah, to our great brother, yeah, to for just being an example, and you know, yeah, showing what it looks like when you dedicate, you know, your eve into something. So yes, Tua Henu, everyone. Again, the links are pinned to the top of the chat. Please support if you're watching on the playback. Support these creatives, support the creators, support the artists, support the works that goes into, you know, putting these things together, and while simultaneously teaching, right? Support your teachers. Yeah, it's a powerful thing. So yeah, I will show the support that has come through. houseofatton.org. Go and get your merch. I don't know if you all want more designs, you know, items. You know, let me know if you do. Go over there and leave a review. You know, send an email. You know, hey, you know, let the engagement be advanced to, you know, let us know, because again, you know, the aku, the energy, the RE that goes into these things only can come forth with reciprocation. There's too much, right? And there's other things that we could be doing just for self, for purely for self. And though what we're doing, it benefits self, but it's also rooted in being a representation for others as well. So, you know, we have to support each other through that. So yes, let me get this together. Yeah, I looked up everyone's REN on ChatGPT, and you know, it's pretty good, you know. Have you looked yours up, the Djed Sdm? Oh, you're researchable now, brother.
Hey, nah, I didn't even think about anything like that. I'm about to go see what you're talking about now.
The Djed Sdm Maa Hmt Paut, also known as Primordial Thought 9, is an active member of the House of ATTON, an organization dedicated to the teachings of Maa and the Netter.
Oh, you know.
Yo, man, cool. What you say, man, cool? Styling, man, cool. Yo,
How they get that? How they know that? He just got his ring. He just got his ring. What? How they know that?
They know. They know. Yeah, it's pretty fire. So let's see here.
Hey, you might have to create though. That's the intro now, Tough. You got to just put it all in that tone right there. Just everybody's introduction.
Hey, I'm telling you, it wasn't me, it was AI.
Yes, that No, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, I don't want nobody. I don't know who's listening. I don't need nobody taking. I don't need nobody stealing these inventions over here. So put the weight.
You already know.
All right, let me shift here and shift there. Again, to everyone for who sends in support, either during the class live or those who also send in support throughout the week. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's start with the great Nook Poo, who sends in 333 3 times. 4, Hotep per ATTON for taking over House of Consciousness. Yes, beautiful. Uncle Jasaneb, to the innocent between this crossfire. Uncle Jasaneb. Hotep Marie Ku Orsin Netter Djed Sdm Maa Karu Sdm Maat. Dua, great Nook Poo. Appreciate you, great brother, for your support, your consistency, and yeah, always appreciating and supporting the teachings, and always active within the steps of Ma'at. So Dua Henu to you, great brother. All right, next we have just a few more to go through and then we'll do claps. Basatut Maka Ox Effect, who sent in 2072 for Hotep 11225. Dua Djed Sdm for your Nefer Sebait Henu. Yes, Tua, great Basatut, our newest moderator, the House of ATTON. Great example of the Karu, great brother. So Tua, for your support as well. And Minty, I saw you typing in the chat, and you were writing Sebait. And I know the way it sounds like kind of how you spelt it, but this is actually the correct way to spell it right here, just so you know. There is a T at the end. So it's Saba, right? Like Saba. And then just the eat is the pluralized feminine form. So it's Saba and then the plural feminine right here. So Tua, great Basa Tut Maka Ox Effect. Ba Satut, or base tut. Base tut. Nice. To our great brother. And we have Amun and Amunet, the cool cats, who sends in $10 for Tua Henu Djed for your consistency and creativity. Henu Fist. Yes, Dua, Amun and Amunet, Kat. We appreciate both of you for your consistency and for your support and for all the works that you do for the House of ATTON and assisting our growth. So Tua Henu. And these were, these came in either after class last week. So here is Nook Poo, who sent in 333 for Hotep Orsin Netter Ani Nefer Aker presentation. Dua Ma'at. Great brother. Tua Henu to you for just, again, your consistent support, great brother. And Robert E. Williams Jr., who sends in 3372 for we have good luck because we superposition time with a Kepper beetle. Yes, Tua Henu, great Robert E. Williams. Yeah, for your consistency. And you did say while I was teaching in that class that you said, I owe you 3372 for this. So you did send that in. So to our great brother for keeping your Medu, which is such a beautiful thing, or in a representation of Ma'at. So Dua to you. And that is the Maru of the House of ATTON for this week. Dua Hotep Ma Kuru.
Better keep teaching like this. You, yo. I was thinking.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Tua.
Today I got time, cuz.
Appreciate everyone. Thank you very much. Tua or great adoration. All right, so let us begin the closeout here. Here at the House of ATTON. So, Tua for your attention. Without your attention, this does not exist. Tua for everyone for hitting the like button, sending your support when you're able to, and support the teachers, the creators, the artists. Support that because the Matrix has definitely implanted the opposite when it comes to those who deal with healing. So Tua, and I'll close out, and then we'll go to Minku Ara, and then to Djed Sdm, and then Atef. So again, houseofatton.org, MDWNTR.MEDIA for the tones. So much to come. If you want to assist the House of ATTON in a more direct way, reach out to me. Join the Kuru. If you find it difficult to support in a financial way, then reach out and support through other means, right? There's so much that we are doing and that we can use assistance in so many different things. So House of ATTON, message me there. You can email me at patah@houseofatton.org. And yeah, let's put in this work and keep building, keep growing. We have many classes that we're working on, and also we'll be going back to Sonnetter very soon. I have to give him a call and set a date, but be looking for that either this week or next week is when I would like to do it. So we'll see what's available. And go back to the House of Consciousness and bring Ma'at to the forefront. Tua to our Ma'adorators, Amun and Basatut. Tua for just being a part of the House of ATTON and assisting us in these classes and these teachings. It's a beautiful thing. And shout out to all the Kuru of the House of ATTON. You play such a major role in keeping the energy flowing within our organization. And the great, the Djed Sdm said, because at the end of these lives, we stay and we talk for just a little bit after the live shut down, and that's where a lot of information is disseminated that we don't really give publicly, because we're here and we have to feed each other to keep growing and expanding, right? To make sure our learning stays implemented, right? And so we motivate each other to keep digging and keep implementing and practicing. And by default, there's things that the public doesn't get to receive, but by being a part of the House of ATTON, you definitely can reach out. Everyone who's part of the Kuru has direct access to me through WhatsApp. or directly, personally. And, you can always reach out and, we can build. If there's any particular question that you see us doing and, you may need assistance in any particular thing like that, reach out. That's what we're here to do. We're here to guide and teach and, be examples. So it's a beautiful thing, and we're there for each other. So everyone join the Discord as well, and communicate in that Discord. Build, allow our own accountability system be implemented, right? One thing that we've done as a collective is depended on outside sources to hold us accountable for our own daily walk. But it's imperative that we create our own accountability system by being within a group, within a collective, and it will only assist you. It'll only benefit you. We are not walking alone. We are in A'ut, and we're here to support and hold each other up, raise each other high, and give each other gratitude and love. So again, Tua, Hotep Ma'at, Ma Kuru, and I shall close with the Medu. Sdm Maa Hmt Ka'a Semu Hatu Natiru Pert Intetep. I obtain the power to do what pleases my Ka. May the hearts of the Natiru lead me. I come forth in peace. Dua.
Hotep Hinu, Dua to the Netaru, Tua to the question answerer, Saba Tahuti. Peace and love to the House of ATTON. Peace and love to everyone in the chat. Peace and love to the brothers on the panel. Powerful leadership. Tua to the Netaru for creation and allowing us to be in the positions that we are to share our creation. And sometimes we don't know everything that's taking place. But that's what Tamari was all about, was the Heka and the creation. Were extremely substantial. And so the mystery of the Hekau and the creation is a beautiful thing. And so we give the highest level of adoration to the ancestors for opening the portal for us to be a part of the magic and the culture and the Mari. And so Tua to you, Djed, for this powerful share, exploration, presentation, class for us to consider the great debate. So many of them. Definitely a powerful study guide tonight. So just very grateful, thankful, and appreciative of everything that's going on. And I will end with the adoration to Tahuti. Come to me, Tahuti, O noble ibis. Come to me and give me counsel to make me skillful in your calling. He who masters it is found fit to hold office. Fate and fortune are to be found with you. Hotep Marie.
What's up? To everybody, definitely appreciate all of the energy and the attention that was given this evening, and that's given in the future. For all the support. I'm definitely grateful of you all. To just supporting the House of ATTON. Shouts out to my great brothers here on the panel, Maa Hmt, AFFIRMATION, and Maa Hmt. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Shouts out to Boss Tud for becoming the moderator. Shouts out to you, great brother. I appreciate the love. Shouts out to Maa Hmt Paut. I just appreciate all the love, all the support. Shout out to our Sabbatahudi Abu Hotep Ra and his Naturts. Just appreciate the love and energy and the inspiration and helping us grow consciously. I'm grateful to the Natiru. Definitely appreciate just all the wonderful Mary that goes on here on the House of ATTON. So to everybody. May Ra grant you and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Maa Hmt. And may you all rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rises and shines forevermore. Maa Hmt. I am Djed Sdm Maa Hmt Paut. Everybody in the Tiru, Djed Sdm Maa, never we perish.
What's up, great brothers? Peace and love. Peace and love to everybody in the chat, all the supporters. Hotep, peace and love to my great brothers. Hotep and love to my great teacher, Sabbatahudi Amenhotep Ra. Yeah, this was great, brother. This was a great class. This was another movie. Too off for your wisdom, for your gems, great brother. This was phenomenal. Come join us, House of ATTON. Ancient Tahutian teachings of the Natiru. Back to the source, we the original axemen. Yeah, this was fire, brother. So with that, we will end with our beautiful affirmation. From today's class, hearing is beneficial to a son who willingly hears. For when what is heard takes root in the hearer, he who has heard will become one worthy himself of being heard. It is good to hear and it is good to speak, but he who can hear possesses what is advantageous. Hearing is beneficial to the hearer. Hearing is better than everything, for through it good affection comes into being. Sdm Maa NS, Nintat Sdm Maa, MDWNTR.MEDIA, her in Huqui, PRE-COMMNETARY. I live for Maa. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Maa. Every day I advance towards Maa. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light.
And yes, the Hekau really works.
Today I got time.
Yo, let's go.
Closed my eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move, but my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed? Eating alkaline at this time, fasting Rizzo shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, Fred had me froze. It's time to shed. to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of state's effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I've seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling forcefully, holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within, I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it, and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helped to set me free. I'm back in paralysis laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. See a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed.